Hi, my name is Cold Beer, and let's start with Star Wars Battlefront 2. Almost 90% of positive reviews left by tens of thousands of players is definitely proof that the game is done right, and I can confirm that. I played the game for several hours and I had a lot of fun. So this edition sold on Steam is called Celebration Edition, and along with the base game it includes all past and future updates and many other cosmetic things you don't really care to hear about if you never play the game. So here up to 40 players fight in massive battles, pilot huge array of vehicles, and can even participate in space combat. Also, one thing that is really uncommon for any game released by Electronic Arts is the ability to train offline. You can do that, and only with your new knowledge you can start, dying in real-time multiplayer battles. Yeah, dude, don't expect to be thrown into combat with noobs like you. Everyone will have more experience than you do, but you have to collect your strength and show them who's the boss.
Probably not you.
Hitman World of Assassination. This is probably the best Hitman experience possible nowadays. Here you'll visit more than 20 different locations, unlock new gear, travel a living and breathing world filled with intriguing characters and lethal opportunities. With this bundle you will get Hitman 3 game, with 6 DLCs, VR mode and access to all Hitman 1 and Hitman 2 missions. People on Steam are saying that this is an amazing experience, very sandbox-ish and will provide many hours of fun, although it has one big flaw. Every witness asked about.
Have you seen anything strange?
We'll tell you about a tall, bald man with a barcode tattoo. Most of the time the tattoo is visible for everyone. It's really dumb. Honestly, have you seen anything stranger this week? If yes, share in the comments. Spill your tea. Mechabellum. This is an auto-battler taking place on a newly colonized planet. You are the commander of an army of mechs, fighting in massive player versus player battles. You can customize and level up your units before the fight, strategically place them on the battlefield and watch them destroy your enemies without mercy. Or be destroyed and cry. Or just cry without being destroyed. I don't know, man. I don't know your life, what you like or not. What I actually know is that the game is really fun. Most of the time you just watch and enjoy. It's like personal battle stories made just for you, and not all of them will have a happy ending. Although the more you practice, the more happy endings you will get.
That's what she said.
Yeah, anyway, if you play totally accurate battle simulator, you know what I have in mind. If not, you should. It's awesome. Maneater. In this game, you will not be a traditional bad guy, you will not even be a guy, you'll be a shark. In fact, you will start out as a small shark pup, where both wildlife and humans will be your enemies. This is actually an RPG game. Your goal here is to eat and become a strongest boy, and you will find plenty of food for that matter, ranging from happy fish and friendly turtles to the most delicious meal of them all, unsuspecting beach people. The game is well narrated and the humor is beautiful, but Maneater is quite short. It will take about 8 hours to complete. Carrion. This is a reverse horror game in which you assume the role of a shapeless blob of doom. You will stalk and consume those that imprisoned you and spread fear and panic everywhere you slither. Your goal is to eat as many puny humans as possible, although the main goal is to escape the facility. Here you'll be able to mind control people as well, and after the control part, feast on their delicious fleshy bodies. The game sometimes is a bit of a maze, since there is no map, so you'll have to find where to go all by yourself. But when you see, or more likely be the cause of, all the gore and violence, it is totally worth it. This is a cute, almost 5-hour adventure, so be careful. The game might leave you longing for more blood. Wingspan. Let me start with the fact that this game has an overwhelmingly positive review score on Steam. Yeah, so you won't skip thinking that this is some lame card game. Well, it is a card game, but as far from lame as you are, from lame. Yeah, you are cool, man, never doubt that. Now subscribe. So here you are, a bird enthusiast, researcher, bird watcher, ornithologist and collector seeking to discover and attract the best birds to your network of wildlife preserves. Well, if you want some wisdom, I can reveal which bird is the best. It's the one who tastes the best. Anyway, here each bird extends a chain of powerful combinations in one of your habitats, and each habitat focuses on a key aspect of the growth of your preserves and so on. The game is meant to be played from 1 to 5 people, so if you have some nerdy friends, tell them something nice and convince them to play this game together. If not, there is always a mother-in-law who can help. If not yours, then somebody else's. The world is filled with them. Isonzo. This is a World War I game based on the Italian front. Inspired by the 2-year struggle for control of the Isonzo River Valley and the Alps, the game will lead you across stunning landscapes as you choose your path to victory. Cut your way through barbed wire, flank your enemies by following mountain trails, or man a mortar to blast a way through. Shape a dynamic battlefield by laying sandbags and wire, placing ammo crates, deploying trench periscopes or sniper shields. Fight with more than 30 unique weapons, survive poisonous gas attacks and intense artillery barrages. People on Steam are saying that mostly here you will run up the hill for 20 minutes and then you die. Somehow that is still a fun experience. Game is a proud owner of a very positive review score, so no tricks here. The Pathless. This is a perfect game for fans of Journey and Abzu, although with a tiny bit of more action implemented. Here you will become the Hunter, a master archer who travels to a mystical island to dispel a curse of darkness that grips the world. Soar through the air and forge a connection with your eagle companion. Perform fluid acrobatics and execute awesome trick shots with a unique archery system that allows effortless shooting while moving at high speeds. The evil won't rest until the world is destroyed, so what are you waiting for? And now I know that you are concerned about the most important thing. Can you pet the bird? And yes, you can, so it's automatically a good game. Also, it has very positive review score on Steam. Citizen Sleeper. This is a serious game for serious people and it has above 90% of positive reviews, meaning that this is a great game no matter how you look at it. Citizen Sleeper is a narrative RPG which takes you on Erlen's Eye, a ruined space station that is home to thousands of people trying to survive on the edges of an interstellar capitalist society. You are a sleeper, a digitized human consciousness in an artificial body, owned by a corporation that wants you back. So literally, someone owns your ass and the rest of you. And amongst the unfamiliar and colorful inhabitants of the Eye, you need to build friendships, earn your keep, and navigate the factions of this strange metropolis if you hope to survive. The game is text-based, with multiple endings, beautiful drawings, and sci-fi cyberpunk atmosphere. It's like a great book where you can actually tell the hero what he must do. The Forgotten City. This game, as a lot of gamers point out, is a Groundhog Day in an ancient city. The mechanic here is simple. Everyone around you is dying for unknown reasons and you have to stop it. If you fail, and you will fail more than once, you can just go to the portal and restart the day over and over again until you solve the problem of dying so nobody dies anymore. If you think about it, this is a roguelite game, just story-based instead of combat. And it's really one of the best adventure games there is. I'm not gonna lie, if you go to Steam you will see the overwhelmingly positive review score. Also, fun fact, this game started as a Skyrim mod a long time ago and it was so well received it became a separate kick-ass game. Starbound. This is basically a Terraria in space where you create your own story. There is no wrong way to play. You can go and save the universe from the forces that destroyed your home, uncovering greater galactic mysteries in the process. Or you may wish to ignore this heroic journey entirely in favor of colonizing uncharted planets, collecting rare creatures, or delve into dangerous dungeons and lay claim to otherworldly treasures. Discover ancient temples and modern cities, trees with eyes, mischievous penguins, and talking ding-dongs. Well, you'll be first to find those, but you never know. The universe is endless. Endless Legend. Here you will evolve your civilization through discovery and new advanced technologies. You will keep one step ahead of the other 8 civilizations by trade and diplomacy, or eradicate your puny enemies with the help of unit equipment, abilities, and the terrain to overcome the challenges using your humongous IQ. The game has quite high replayability because of randomly generated worlds and quests. You can set the size, shape, and topography of your new world and even create new civilizations. Also, all existing ones really differ from one another and have authentic mechanics. By the way, Endless Legend is not computer power hungry, it runs quite smoothly even if you have a potato PC that is below minimum requirements. People on Steam are saying that Endless Legend is a wonderful game with a great atmosphere, lore, and mechanics, but it also eats your time in huge amounts, so be sure you have it. Pacific Drive. This is a very interesting title with mechanics you won't usually see in other games. In this driving survival adventure you face supernatural dangers on each expedition into the exclusion zone. Make a base of operations in an abandoned garage, where you'll research new parts, customize your station wagon and chart routes deeper into the zone. As you gather precious resources and investigate what's been left behind in the zone, you learn exactly what it takes to survive in this unpredictable hostile environment. All the vibes here lead to Strugatsky Brothers and their roadside roadside picnic story. Many games draw inspiration from it, from legendary Stalker to a recent gem Tunguska the Visitation. And if you like the theme about some stranger things happening in this specific area, I recommend you to watch the movie named Annihilation with Natalie Portman. You won't be disappointed, I promise. Planet of Lana. A really beautiful platformer with hundreds of tiny details that make it pop out of the other similar projects. Here, a planet that used to be a place of undisturbed balance between human nature and animal now has become something else entirely. The disharmony that had been in the making for hundreds of years has finally arrived in the form of faceless army. But this is not a story about war. This is a story about a vibrant, beautiful planet and the journey to keep it that way. The game looks like someone crossbred Miyazaki's movies with Star Wars, and that is never a bad thing. Honey, I joined a cult. The title is a bit misleading because here you won't be joining a cult, you will be the boss of it. So let's go and create our own religion and become respectful cult leaders. In the process, make some real good money and exploit others by imposing our own will on various dimwits. Here, as everywhere else, effective management is at the heart of every money-making enterprise, and your organization is no exception. Dressing in snappy robes isn't enough, your cult must run like a well-oiled hypnotic wheel. People on Steam are talking that this is a great game to relax and play for an hour or so once in a while, so if you like management games, it may be your spoon of potato salad, but don't expect miracles. It's an entertaining game, not an actual cult simulator. You won't be actually learning how to scam people with imaginary friends. Anyway, 8 out of 10 people are happy with the game, so there is a chance that you will like it as well. Dead Island 2. I played the game when it came out, and I can honestly say that it was an awesome experience. One of the common misconceptions was that Dead Island 2 is an open-world game, but in reality it is quite linear, and I love that, especially after Dying Light 2 with boring copy-paste assets all around the map. When I played Dead Island 2, I could honestly tell that they did their best in making the environment engaging and original. Well, a few copy-pasted paintings can ruin the immersion sometimes, but the whole picture, pun intended, was great. And I can say for sure that this is not a full-fledged horror game. It is more like arcade hack and slasher with a few horror elements. Alright, and a few creepy jump scares as well. The gameplay is fast-paced and fun. The feeling of the recently started apocalypse is there as well. In short, this game feels just right, and it is nicely polished. By the way, after my playtime I have made an in-depth and really funny review and uploaded it to my channel. And after it got 1000 views, YouTube's algorithm just killed it and never ever recommended it for anyone ever again. That's why I hate doing reviews. But you can click on the card above and watch it. I promise you will have a great time and may even buy the game after it. Tunguska, The Visitation. This is an isometric survival game that brings you to the dangerous Tunguska exclusion zone, where you will face deadly traps, infectious mutants, bandits, and well-armed rogue military. Game is inspired by the same story as a Stalker, the roadside picnic written by the Strugatsky brothers. Keep in mind that they wrote the story before any serious nuclear accident ever happened, so it's not actually tied to Chernobyl or any other nuclear disaster, just a post-apocalyptic gritty and dark Soviet Union filled with unexplainable horrors. Although you can literally describe a casual Soviet Union without any post-apocalypse with the same words. People in the comments are saying that if you like Stalker or Atom RPG games, it's a no-brainer. Also, it has very positive reviews on Steam. Just keep in mind that despite walls of text, looting and side quests, it is an actual twin-stick shooter, and at first may be difficult to control. Although from my own experience, when you get used to it, everything will be fine. Bulwark, Falconeer Chronicles. Here you will create your own fortified settlements within the haunting and eye-catching landscapes. The core gameplay is focused on wildly building across the rocky cliffs and crags of the world. Light resource management and story elements bring your creation to life, while giving a voice to its inhabitants and allowing you to expand it with exotic new build options. Also, it's not just a simple city builder. The threat is real and the battles will be glorious here. Don't ask why, just look, you will be fighting dragons with airships. How cool is that? The game itself is a spin-off of the Falconeer, a beautiful air combat game created by a solo developer, and this city builder is definitely worthy of your attention. Naheulbeuk's Dungeon Master. a Dungeon Keeper themed spin-off from the famous humorous turn-based RPG game. Here you'll build, manage and defend your dungeon in this satirical, heroic fantasy universe. From a shaky establishment you will reform it to an infamous lair. Here you can decorate each room with myriads of objects and furniture to attract patrons and employees. Rise your reputation to a new heights to become the world's most devious dungeon. The world of Naheulbeuk is inhabited with various unusual species. Each comes with unique perks and skills, and your job is to manage them all. That won't be easy.
Yeah, it's not your sister.
Oh come on, how dare you! Anyway, as your dungeon grows and gains reputation, you will have to defend it against opportunistic adventurers. Build treacherous traps to catch the raiders and seal their faith. You know, with death. By the way, your dungeon is not the only one here. Rival dungeons are threatening you, so you better be ready to threaten them first. You know, show them who's the boss.
Probably not you.
Oh, shut up.
Fight Grab.
Mortal Kombat is for the weak. If you want to become a really strong and respectful warrior, there is another way better game for that. You may think that I am joking, but
Fight Grab
has 93% of positive reviews, so it's officially better than most fighting games ever released. You will take control of a simulated, physics-powered grab and fight various opponents with one basic rule: flip your enemy over to win. Take advantage of a wide range of equipment to beat your opponent down. Claws, swords, guns, armor, jet engines and more. Maybe a dildo, I don't know. And you have to stop your opponent's blade with your pincers, run along walls and generally go full-on crab with all the fighting techniques at your disposal. This game is just like you always wanted fight games to be, but probably never realized.
Fight Grab.
Will end that ravenous fighting game hunger you were feeling for years.
Or maybe not, I don't know, maybe you are just a monkey on a branch in the zoo and you just like how my channel sounds.
Now, thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.